The Narnia series, 100 million copies sold. A Tale of Two Cities, 200 million copies sold. The works of William Shakespeare, 2 billion copies sold. Stories catch people's attention, and today we're going to talk about how your story can change his story. Thanks for joining me here on Courage Steps, the place where we look at God's evangelistic adventure that fits in your skin. I'm Steve Murrill, an evangelist from Milton Keynes. So let's get on with the story. There is something that captivates us about stories. I remember as a small child my parents telling me stories as I went to bed. When they ended, I always wanted just one more story, please. I'm still addicted to stories. Even now, as soon as the latest Lee Child book is out, I read it. Did you know that your life story is unique? I found that whether or not people agree with Christianity or who Jesus is, they always accept my story as my story. It's a story of history, so you could split the word up to say it's his story told in my life. So let's tell the story of the difference that Jesus has made to us personally. All great stories have a start, a middle and an end. So I want you to think about how you can separate your story into 3 parts. The first part is where you talk what life was like before you met Jesus. I tend to explain a little bit about where I'm from and what my life was like. I never take more than a third of the story in doing this though. The middle part is always about why, not how I became a Christian. The why is about why I needed to change. What was the benefit? Again, this is about a third of the story. The final part is always about what difference Jesus has made since then. I'm going to share my story briefly and see if you can work out when one part changes to another. I was born in London to 2 parents who loved me. I was their eldest child, and when I was 6, my sister was born, at which point my mum became a Christian and started going to church. Mum took me and my siblings with her to church as well, but Dad didn't go. After 3 years I realised that there was a contrast between Mum and Dad. Mum had a level of peace that Dad didn't. The only difference between them that I could see though was that Mum knew Jesus, so I realised becoming a Christian made everything different for Mum. I wanted that peace. At the age of 9 I gave my life to Jesus. From that point on everything changed. God gives me his peace to help me through life. I've had some amazing highs and some sad lows, but I know that God is my Father and with me every day. I know that when I die I will go to be with him in heaven. Jesus can do the same for you. I'm not promising an easy life, but I am promising that he will be with you everywhere. Did you spot the 3 parts? 1, I had a normal life. 2, I saw a level of peace that I wanted. 3, Jesus is with me all the time and I know what will happen to me when I die. This week I want you to write out your story using these 3 parts. I want you to write it so you can say it in about 30 seconds to a minute, no longer than that. Then I want you to find someone who doesn't know Jesus. It can be a neighbour, a colleague or a friend, and ask them to listen to you as you share your story. Explain you need to practice it and could do with some feedback from them. Share the story and see what they have to say and how you can improve on it. Remember to thank them as well. Once you've done that, don't forget to write it down on your testimony list and comment on the post to let me know how it went. If you found this post helpful, why don't you share it and click on the link to my YouTube channel, Courage Steps, to catch up on other parts of the journey. And next time on Courage Steps, we'll demonstrate how to share the gospel by making a sandwich.